Alrighty, what's going on, guys? So today I wanted to show you guys how to install a custom steering wheel or a yoke in the Cybertruck. So this one was sent out to me by Test Studio. It's the suede yoke. And what I'm doing first here is I'm unplugging all the power for the Cybertruck. So basically what I did, went into the front, unplugged the fireman's loop, and then also the 48 volt mid voltage battery. I'm going to put the exact Tesla recommended steps down below in the description, just because I feel like their tutorial is really well done. So I'll link that down below on how to turn off all the power. And then what I'm doing here is I remove the airbag. It's really simple. I mean, I'm going to put this tutorial as well down there just because I feel like Tesla does a really good job of showing how to remove stuff. So anyways, yeah, I took like a small screwdriver, poked it in the two holes on the side of the steering wheel, and that's how you remove the airbag. And then I removed the airbag connector. And now I'm loosening the bolt that holds on to the steering wheel, and I think it's a, if I remember correctly, what is it? It's a 50, a hex 50, or I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was that maybe. But anyways, and what I did is I didn't actually loosen that bolt all the way. I loosened it like halfway, and then I kind of got the steering wheel unstuck. And then I removed it all the way, and now I'm pulling the steering wheel off. And you want to be very, very, very careful, really slow with it, because the problem with the whole steer-by-wire thing is it's so finicky because everything moves. The connectors move, the actual, sprocket for the steering moves, because it's all steer-by-wire. It's not, connected to the wheels. So anyways, you just want to be very, very careful. Try not to turn it. But now I'm starting to remove and take everything off of the steering wheel itself. So there's 4 screws on the back. And, I mean, you just want to basically start removing everything that you see. That's just how it is with this one. There's 4 screws on the back. There's a little cover that you have to remove, which exposes another 3 screws. And then there's 4 screws to remove this black harness, which also has a little, I think it's a power connector on it. You want to just pull that off. And then there's just going to be a ton more screws right in here. 1 screw is going to be holding onto a ground. There's going to be 2 other screws. And then eventually, this thing just comes off. And there really is not a screw that you don't remove. So you just want to remove everything. And then once that back panel comes off, there's going to be 3 more screws on each side right here that you want to remove. And then finally, after all of that, you're going to have 2 of the heated connectors on either side, on each side. And once you remove those connectors, and those screws, like right here, I'm removing the little heated connector. Once you remove all that, that should be it, finally. This was one of, the most complicated Tesla steering wheels that I've ever worked on. Definitely the most complicated. I've worked on Model 3, Model Y, even S or X, and they're much simpler. Alright guys, so I just finished putting it back together. A few things that I want to note is I put the heated plug, kind of pushed it down in there. You just want to make sure this is all clear for the airbag. I don't know why they made the heater wire so much longer than the original one. See, the original one goes right to there, but the one that they provided with the new steering wheel goes to here. So I don't know why there's so much extra, not sure. But those are back in, the ground is back on, this right here is back on. Yeah, overall everything is looking good. And yeah, I think it's all good. Make sure this, push on the blue, make sure it goes down a little bit. That's gonna show that the horn works. And other than that, everything looks good. These click, click, click. Yeah, everything's clicking correctly. And all those are in. And then all of these are in. Got a freaking fly in here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and put this down, back in, this little cover here. Okay, now we are all set to put this back in. Sorry about the fan noise, it is super hot out, but I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on this and what I think about it. So the biggest thing that I gotta say, honestly, is I don't really feel like this is very DIY friendly because, not because of all the stuff it takes to swap everything over, and turning the power off to the truck and all that stuff. That's normal, that's not a big deal. The issue is that with steer-by-wire, doing something like this makes it so much more complicated. And the biggest issue is basically most cars, when you're putting the steering wheel on, the steering wheel, like the sprocket or the steering wheel gear, is normally it stays in place. And especially with the Cybertruck, you want to take it off centered and you want to put it on perfectly the same, and it is near impossible to put it on exactly the same. It is really, really difficult because when you're trying to put it on and you're trying to like find the groove just perfectly, it moves the steering wheel, the metal gear on the truck, and if that moves at all, you mess up the alignment. And then what you have to do is you have to go into service mode, and you have to go into service mode plus, which only I have right now. I have it, thankfully, because I have the subscription. So I go into service mode plus, and I have to basically set the or redo the alignment, which is not that big of a deal because it's steer-by-wire. All I have to do is get the steering wheel straight and click 0 alignment. It's not that big of a deal, but that's why I feel like this isn't that DIY friendly, because it's so easy to mess something up to where then you're going to need service mode and stuff like that. So as much as I would like to suggest people do this, I do feel like until there's an easier way to do it without messing up the alignment, I don't know if I would suggest it. And they say that what you should do is put some masking tape on it so it doesn't move or anything. That doesn't really work because you got to take the masking tape off when you have to put the actual wheel on. So it's just kind of a pain, and I'm not sure how I would feel about recommending this to just a normal person to do like a DIY upgrade. So that's what I wanted to say, guys. Just wanted to make this video. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.